From Venice Beach, it's The Midday Show with Josh Burstein.
Thank you. Buckle up, America. We've got another month of quarantine, so here's some fresh show. In non-COVID news, the internet demands Universal Studios release a rumored butthole cut of the box office flop Cats with CGI, you guessed it, proving once again the film's producers wholly misunderstood what their audience loved about Cats. And in sports, remember those? Tom Brady officially left New England to play for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Brady moving to Tampa is like if Prince Harry and Meghan Markle left their kingdom to manage an Arby's in Tampa. And according to the Wall Street Journal, my beloved 49ers losing the Super Bowl may have saved lives by reducing large gatherings in the Bay Area, proving the Niners for the past 20 years are just so good at losing. From fandom to Niners to Badgers, let's check in on the jewel of the Midwest, which hosted an ill-advised election last week in the middle of a pandemic. This photo going viral. To discuss, we go to Super Scotty correspondent Kristin Brey on the ground there in Wisconsin Rapids.
Hello, Josh. How's it going?
Real good. I should mention the name of this segment is Mental Breakdown, where we get cerebral on a very serious topic with very unserious Snapchat filters. There you go. Yes, let's... Perfect. Okay. So, real quick, why was there a tailgate in front of every polling place in Milwaukee last week?
Interesting word, because I'm not sure it was very fun or if there was any drinking involved, but Milwaukee typically has 180 polling places. They had 5 last week. Yeah,
it's really wild. The Supreme Court actually weighed in and said the show must go on. And RBG, in her dissent, essentially said, there it is, yeah, that, people are either choosing between, risking their lives and having their votes suppressed, and that is not cool in America.
I would imagine that with how contagious COVID-19 is and the fact that there were such high turnout numbers of in-person voting in Milwaukee, where the epicenter of COVID-19 in Wisconsin is, I don't think we're going to get out of that scot-free. Robin Vos, who is the state Republican assemblyman, who was kind of the face of pushing the election through, I think what was going to be a good photo op of him working the polls as a poll worker turned into kind of a joke because he was head to toe in PPE and then on camera saying, "It's totally safe. You have nothing to worry about," which was ironic.
It's straight out of a bad rom-com or something like that, and we're just stuck living it.
In general, we are supposed to peak here as of right now, I think in early May, here being Wisconsin. But who knows? Maybe we'll find out that the peak will be later because of last week.
And this thing didn't go over so hot. Apparently, a lot of people didn't get their ballot in time. And there are 9,000 votes missing. So what happened to those things?
They found 3 buckets of absentee ballots in a postal office that just never got sent.
9,000 votes. Just for context, 9,000 votes is like half the population of your town there in Wisconsin Rapids.
People had requested absentee ballots and then never got them or didn't get them in time. And then even more than that, if you didn't have a witness signature, your vote also didn't count. And so lots of things right for people who were trying to vote, having their vote not counted.
Yeah, and this is wild precedent because obviously, as goes Wisconsin, so goes the nation, and this is a blueprint for how other states are going to have to deal with this. And also, lawsuits with voter suppression. So real voter suppression. What's going on with Law and Order Special Elections Unit? How's that working there in a place like Baraboo?
Well, first of all, I look so much like my brother in this. I have to change it.
Wow,
it's too weird.
Yeah, I got some Etta James vibes going.
The first of many lawsuits have been filed as of yesterday, as far as what happened, and so there was a class action lawsuit filed by 14 different Milwaukee residents that's basically asking for a revote and to fix things before the November 3rd election. There will probably be more. I wouldn't be surprised if some of the local elections, like candidates from different local elections, of which there was like 3,800, who feel like they may have gotten cheated, but we'll see.
Now, dish me that hot goss. We want that election result 1 week later that everybody's waiting for. What actually happened as consequence of last Tuesday?
All right, so the consequence, not surprisingly, not that it matters anymore, Biden won the presidential primary here. There was a lot more races than just the presidential primary. The most hotly contested one that was basically the reason why Republicans were pushing so hard and how much the Democrats and Republicans have been, really canvassing, was for a 10-year Supreme Court seat between the incumbent conservative judge Dan Kelly, who was backed and endorsed by Donald Trump, and the challenger Jill Karofsky. Jill Karofsky crushed him, especially as far as Wisconsin standards go. She won by 120,000 votes and counting, which in Wisconsin is a lot because most of our statewide elections are decided by a percentage point and less than 30,000 votes.
Yeah, for context, it was about 20,000 votes that decided Wisconsin in 2016 and less than 30,000 that won it for Tony Evers over Scott Walker, the governor. Is that a dancing coronavirus next to you?
I mean, I don't think it was supposed to be coronavirus, but I think forever, just like Corona beer, it's going to be forever tainted.
Got it. Well, what can voters that want safer elections do right now? Why don't you plug some good links and let us know how things work in Wisconsin?
All right, so in Wisconsin, we do obviously allow absentee voting. You don't need to have an excuse. And the good thing is you can go request an absentee ballot for the rest of the year. We have, for the people in the north, in our 7th district, have a special election coming up. There's going to be primaries in August, and then obviously the election in November. And so you can go to myvote.wi.gov right now and request to vote absentee for all of 2020. And pay attention nationally on what we can even do on a federal level to make this easier for everyone.
Well, Kristin, I tip my cheese cap to you. Thank you for joining us, and we'll have to have a mental breakdown again soon.
See you next time.
What if I told you there's an amazing technology out there that grants you power, independence, and could change American democracy for the better? It's called the Mailbox. See, we're having a little trouble right now letting America vote because everyone's at home, and most people's polling location is at not home. This is why we suggest disrupting the whole system with an insane common sense idea already used globally and in states like Oregon, Colorado, and Washington called voting from home. It works, it's safe, it's simple, and every American should be able to do it if they want to. You still get that warm, fuzzy feeling after casting your ballot. Just watch how it should work for you. Step 1, fill out a ballot on your own time. Step 2, put it in a mailbox. Great job, model citizen. Our fundamental right to vote in 2020 is too important to get derailed by COVID-19. Our GIs voted in World War II. We were able to vote during the last plague over a century ago. We live in the future. You has unlimited cat videos at your fingertips. With 6 months heads up, we can figure this out. We're having to change a lot of traditions right now. Hey, Esteban.
Hey, Josh.
This voting practice is convenience and safety for you. Just in case the heroes of today have to step up again this fall, let's make sure when we need to vote, we can. Let's mail the votes. Done. Solved the problem. That's the midday show. We may do this again. If you like it, I need your validation. Please put something in the comments and share.